morning, student. Today we'll study chapter 15. Today's topic is blow hot, blow cold. Today we will study a very interesting story of two persons, woodcutter and a very tiny man called Mien Veleste. Every day in the morning, woodcutter used to go to the forest to cut wood and sell them in the market in the evening. One day in cold winter, he went deep into the forest. As it was very cold, he put down his axe and began to warm up his hands by blowing air from his mouth. Meantime, Mien Bleste, who was watching Woodcutter from a corner when he was cutting down tree, he was very curious to know why Woodcutter kept blowing on his hands after some interval of time. He could not stop himself, so he went hopping to the woodcutter and asked him that why he used to blow from his mouth on his hands. The woodcutter replied him that because of too cold his hands was frozen, so he blew on them to warm them up a little. And with that he moved up, but he stayed nearby and kept a close watch on Woodcutter. As it was afternoon, the woodcutter began to prepare for lunch, so he picked up two stones and made a chula. He lit a fire and put a small pot filled with potatoes to boil. Because of damp wood, fire was not burning so well, so he bent down and blew on the fire to help it burn. Mien Bleste was surprised. He said, "Arre, there he goes again, blowing from his mouth." He was wonder thus fire came out of his mouth. Woodcutter was feeling hungry, so he took out a potato from the pot and he again began to blow on it, foo foo, in order to cool it. Saying this, Beleste said to himself, "He is blowing again. Is he going to burn the potato?" Now Mian was very surprised. He just could not stop himself and he said to the woodcutter, "This morning you told me that you blew on your hands to warm them up. Now you are blowing on this potato, which is already so hot. Why do you want to make hotter?" The woodcutter replied him very humbly. He said, "No, my little friend, this potato is too hot. I am blowing on it to cool it down." When Mian heard this, he began to tremble with fear and started to back away. When he was safe distance away, he said to himself, "What kind of a creature is this? Surely he must be a ghost or a jinn. Blow hot, blow cold with the same breath. It is just not possible." Yes, it is true that we blow with our mouth on either hot or cold things to make it cool or warm. For example, we blow on hot tea to cool. We also blow on freezing hands to warm up during winter season, isn't it? This story has been written by Dr. Zakir Hussain, former President of India. He has written many stories for children. So you have listened a wonderful story about a woodcutter and Mien Bleste. Thank you.